Queen has agreed to a transition period for her grandson, Prince Harry, and his wife Meghan. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have announced they don't want to be senior royals anymore. After a family meeting yesterday, the Queen said in a statement that she respects their decision. The couple will spend part of the year in Canada as they transition away from being full-time royals. That raises a lot of questions, including who is going to pay the cost of their security.
I think most Canadians are very supportive of having royals be here, but how that looks and what kind of costs is involved, there's still lots of discussions.
The Queen says Harry and Meghan made it clear they don't want to rely on public funds and want to be financially independent. Danielle Smith from Global News Radio 770 CHQR joins us to continue this conversation, and a lot of the conversation has turned to the money of the whole thing, Danielle.
Well, and it's sort of strange, isn't it? Because they announced with great fanfare that they wanted to become financially independent. But heck, I could be financially independent too if the government paid $1 million worth of my costs. So I think that there's a kind of a mixed message that is coming through here. And as a result, they're getting a pretty mixed reaction. I was surprised to see the Global Mail editorial said, nope, tell the royals stay home. If they are still going to be royal in any way, we don't want them, which is kind of interesting because out west, we have the EP Ranch, which was the Edward Prince Ranch. When King Edward the Eighth came to Canada in 1919, he purchased this land and stayed and owned it until 1962. So it's not without precedent for royals to own land and to take an interest in spending a great deal of time in Canada. So I thought it was a bit strange that the Globe and Mail thought that they shouldn't be here at all. I think the real issue will come down to whether or not the monarchy will pay for the security costs. It sounds like it's pretty significant, $1 million a year. It's significant from the perspective of taxpayers who would be the ones forking over it, and most people have middle class lifestyles, and it's pretty hard to even imagine how someone could have a security detail that high. From the perspective of those who do have expensive security details, they probably think $1 million isn't that much. So I think if they are going to require that additional level of support, the money for it should be coming from the monarchy. It shouldn't be coming from Canadian taxpayers. I think that if they are expecting Canadians to pay for it, I don't think they're going to receive a very warm welcome. And people are predisposed to liking the royals and predisposed to liking this couple in particular because Harry's been quite a character over the years and Meghan's just lovely. And I think people had hoped that the two of them would be very successful as royals. It's obviously proving a bit much for them. And so if they can come to Canada, decompress a little bit, then I think they could be welcomed with open arms. But understanding how that security question is going to be resolved, I think, is the next step. I'm going to be speaking with a royal watcher today to understand what Canada's options might be.
Okay, well, look at those options. The Queen says we're going to get answers one way or another. So we'll find out at some point. Thanks for this, Danielle.
Thanks a lot.